This is crazy. This is absolutely nuts. We've just been taking some time this morning to kind of mentally map and, I don't know, say goodbye. Today's a monumental day and I have no idea what it has in store or what we're going to be left with at the end of it. It's got to be done, and really, it's very exciting. In 2021, we bought this abandoned farm in northern Portugal. Over the last few years, we've worked hard, renovating, landscaping, homesteading, and shaping this patch of Portuguese mountainside into our family home. Now it's time to get serious, and we're about to go all in. With an application approved from our local authorities, we're taking on the enormous challenge and huge financial burden, exciting times, of knocking down the old dilapidated houses on our farm. And along with a Portuguese architect and team of builders, building a traditional stone house from the ground up. This will be an epic story, and one that we would love to share with you.
Are you all right?
So please remember to hit that subscribe button, because this adventure is just getting started.
All right, so Mario's just arrived. The first part of morning, Mario. Hola, bon dia. The first part of what we need to do today, basically, is make a ramp. So Mario's just bringing down a whole bunch of sand and dirt. It's going to be a long day. It's really early already. And basically, what this sand is going to do is protect the cobbles and protect the road from big diggers and all sorts of things. It's also going to make the slope up to the derelict house flatter. What are we going to do today?
I'm going to help you knock.
You're going to help knock that down? Yeah, now it's coming down now. It's just gone home to get this bigger.
Someone's arrived. I think it must be Mario. It's a digger. It's a big yellow digger. And we all know what that means. I don't know if I'm ready for this. Are you guys ready for this? This is huge. It's monumental. It's what we've been building towards forever. And I'm so excited to see what happens after this is all done. I love that with Mario. He's literally just trundled down the road and just gets going. There's no pausing, there's no hesitation, there's no messing about. He just means business, and it's such a pleasure to work with. The plan is that he's going to use this point as the access point, so between these two trees and up this slope just behind me. The first thing he's going to need to do is move the stone table. Now, if you've been here for a while, you'll know that this stone table was one of the main reasons why we bought this property. I had visions of us sat as a family enjoying it and kind of gathering here, and as this being the center point of kind of home life on the farm, it's going to be in the way for the foreseeable future if we leave it here, and we would hate for it to get damaged. So the plan is to move it, and the place where it's going to go is down by the lawn. So this is what we're thinking. So currently located in what was the original building and our derelict house, which today is going to be gone. This beautiful table, we're going to get Mario to take it down here to where we've got our little garden umbrella, and where John built that new wall with Mario a few weeks ago. And we're going to put it just there in that corner. We then have a beautiful place to eat and to gather down on the lawn. And I think in time, once our new house is built right there in the same spot where that house is, we'll move the stone table back up the hill and back as close to its original placing as possible. We've spoken to Mario about our beautiful trees up here, and I'm really hopeful that we're going to be able to save most of them and that not very many of them have to go. So John's just doing some branch trimming for Mario up there so that they can get through, and Crusoe has already got himself into the digger. That's one happy little boy. Hey? You can't make an omelette without breaking some eggs. Today it's going to be a lot of eggs, I think. Oh, so it begins. I feel a little bit lost for words. I almost can't believe this is happening. Yikes. Sorry. Over the last few weeks, and well, I suppose maybe even up to a month, 6 weeks, John and Joao have been so busy moving tons of flowers and all of the kind of hedge bushes that were around the derelict house and trying to clear this space as much as possible of anything of value and put it in other places on the farm. And they've done a cracking job. So hopefully we're not going to lose too much in this process. Are you singing? You look tired. Do you want to go back to bed? No. Okay. No one wants to sleep during digger day. Right, we paused briefly just while John got a few last bits out of the house. 2 minutes we asked for. I think we've had about 3, and it's time to go. Yikes. This view, this background, never going to look like that ever again. Wowzers.
Really dusty. So let's keep an eye on the dust.
Okay, keep an eye on the boys. We have had someone coming to help us with the boys a few days a week, so she is on her way, and we'll hopefully get them out of the way. But we thought it would be fun to watch, for them to watch as well. There goes nothing. Wow.
Down. Whoa. All right, let's stand back a bit.
This is nuts.
Not as a tile. There you go. And so to anybody who's wondering, why are we knocking it down instead of renovating it? There's your answer. Single skin breeze block, 0 insulation.
You did say this was like knocking it down would take half a day, and now I see how you were right. And if you missed it, a few weeks ago we did fill you all in that we have had approval from the Agricultural Reserve. So we're good to go on their front with the new build. We're just waiting for approval on the architectural drawings from the municipality, but there's no need for this building to remain here in order for those to come through, because we've already had it approved by the Agricultural Reserve. So we're good to go. We're good to go. Just about.
So one of the questions that I'm sure everybody's thinking is, why don't we take the tiles and reuse those tiles for a different project? The honest answer is, I don't think that I've got a project anytime in the near future where tiles like that would really be required. There's a couple of reasons for that. The first is that there are now better products on the market for roofs, ones that are fully insulated, ones that are a lot lighter, and so require a lot less structure underneath. Also ones that are sealed, that seal the roof a lot better away from permeability. That roof's done a pretty good job for the life for the life that it's been there, but it's not the kind of roof that we're going to be looking at replacing onto a new building. At least I don't think so anyway for now. I would also say that a good proportion of those tiles are probably cracked or are slightly chipped or broken. So for an outside project like building a shed or building a treehouse or something like that, they might be useful. But for anything else, I probably wouldn't want to use them. So what that means is, more than likely, we would collect and save those tiles, pile them somewhere on the farm, and in 10 years' time, they'd still be piled there. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to take them, recycle them along with everything else, and hopefully when we build the new house, we will be able to use a newer, more efficient, lighter product. On top of everything else, I didn't really fancy getting up on that very dodgy roof with the very dodgy wooden rafters to try and lift them off. You know, it would have probably been Joao and myself doing something like that, and well, you know, in the end what happens is one of us falls through the roof and seriously hurts ourselves. So better just to rip them down and recycle them.
As we watched this old house crumble beneath the power of Mario's digger, I couldn't help but think of the families who came before us, of the memories that were made here, and the lives lived beneath this roof. We're lucky enough to have met some of the people who have called this place home. One, a family of 9 children, many of whom were married here. I hope that they know that we will always honour what came before, and what they lay the foundations for on our farm. Quinta de Compras, the original name, meaning the farm that is for sale, we hope has found its forever family. How are you feeling?
Yeah.
Just come round to check on Sawyer, who's asleep on the buggy behind me, and well, it all still looks the same from this side. The other side is completely different, isn't it? Mario's just breaking up some of the bigger pieces of wall into more manageable pieces so that he can start kind of clearing when he's ready. But imagine standing here and looking, and we're going to be able to see the view from the courtyard. It's huge. So imagine standing here and there's the view. It's going to be just a humongous change. Excuse the mess, we will clear this as the day goes on. Mario arrived a little bit earlier than we were expecting this morning, so we weren't quite ready, which is a bit, yeah, so we just need to finish putting that all away into the art garage and make sure it's all kind of cleared away. And we're not entirely sure what's going to happen to the extension. We'll have to see how it all sort of pans out.
From the concrete blocks and all the rubble. The rubble will go to the recycling to be made into hardcore probably, and the wood will be recycled differently. But what Mario wants to do right now is make a road down the hill out of the old blocks, so getting up and down is a lot easier. So Mario's road slowly starts to take shape. I suppose you could say that's already recycling, isn't it? We've recycled from a house to a road. So Mario's just sort of shuppering and messing everything up there for us a little bit, so that we can go in and just pick out all the bits and pieces that aren't going to be recycled into hardcore. I'm quite surprised by it, actually, to be honest. I was expecting it to be a massively dusty, overwhelming, horrible experience. Of course, there's lots of really sharp things in there right now, but there isn't anywhere near as much dust as I thought there was going to be.
Like, you throw that stuff, throw it, and then there's just this enormous pile of dust. It's been absolutely munched, hasn't it?
I cut some of the major branches on the wisteria, so it should just come away. But
Are you good?
bloody thing.
Celia was just laughing at you fighting with it through the bush. Did you see this, love? I think you missed it. Mario, 1 second he's like smashing down a wall, and then the digger scoop just came towards us, and he very sweetly put down the lantern with not even a single pane of glass broken. So no matter what happens, that light has to go somewhere.
Okay, all right, the ugliest light in the world.
No, because Mario went to quite a lot of effort to make sure it didn't get broken.
Okay, here we go. What you can't see on the other side. Look at that. Just like that. Just like that. So a lot of those wisteria branches have already been cut yesterday. We are hoping that wisteria somehow we can save and move to another location one day, but it's very old. Of course, we're going to get some comments and questions. Questions that I can think of right now that would be super easy to answer. Did we disconnect the electrics? Yes, we did. Did we disconnect the water? Well, if you've been following us, you'll know all about the water problem that happened in this house when we connected to the mains water. It was a disaster. Everything popped, so it was disconnected back then. So there's no electric, no water in this house, no satellite TV, no fibre broadband, no fancy stuff either. It's just basically breeze block, wood, and termites by the looks of things. So we'll have to be careful of that in the future.
Okay, I've just walked around the front again for the first time in a while, and look, you can see. You can see through. Oh my gosh, I've got goosebumps. This is so mental. Oh, anyway, so Mario reckons he's going to get all of this down today, and then tomorrow he'll be able to come and start clearing it. It's extraordinary how quickly this stuff goes down. Truly, it's incredible. Right, dust is getting a lot more intense, so we're all masking up. Let's carry on. One of the things that's causing a fair bit of pain is this wisteria, our beautiful, beautiful, magnificent wisteria, which has basically been left to grow for the last 20 years, and it's climbed up into the oaks and it's all over the derelict house and kind of, well, just everywhere. The smell is amazing, and this time of year it's flowering and it's just beautiful. Anyway, our hope is that we're going to be able to move it. I don't think it's the best time for that move to happen because of the fact that it is flowering, but we don't really have much of a choice. So John's cut some of the main branches and he's now sort of severing the vines on the other side because Mario's digger keeps getting caught up in them. And yeah, we're going to hopefully dig it up as much as we can with the root ball and put it somewhere else, and when the new house is built, be able to move it back here and let it have another chance at kind of taking over. It really has been such a special part of this farm, and it's just so beautiful. It is coming to the end of its flowering and it's just sort of shooting out its leaves. So hopefully we've caught it at a time where it was going to move, but we will soon find out, won't we?
So what we're getting right now is a really clear picture of what the new view from our new house will look like. Up here on the top of this hill, looking down over the lawn. I'm excited. Oh, here he goes. Last bit coming down. So today will be full demolition of the house. Tomorrow, mañana, Mario will come and clean up. So I think Mario's idea of cleaning up would be to get rid of all the hardcore, the rubble. That'll leave us with the metal. Joao's sorting out a separate dude to come and pick up the metal. He's going to pay us for that metal per kilo. And then we'll have the wood. We've got two options with the wood. We either also send it to a recycling place, or getting dusty, or we burn it on the field. Obviously can't really wood chip a whole bunch of wood like that. So and you know, who knows what chemicals have been sprayed on it and that kind of stuff. So I think in terms of the wood, we'll probably be sending that off to the recycling centre to be looked after as well. I'm not keen on burning it on the land here. I mean, it's with a fairly high level of confidence. I don't think that there's anything particularly gnarly in there. There might be some lead in the paint, but I don't think so. Asbestos, I'm fairly confident there's none of that. Other bits and pieces. Well, the boys are off with the babysitter right now. Right out of the way.
We haven't taken you guys into that house for a while, but basically what's left is 2 bathrooms right next to each other, and that's the last thing that's going to go down. And I'm feeling a little bit like I need to get out of the way. I'm coming.
Okay, I think the end wall is about to come down.
Oh. Evil, that digger, doesn't it? It's like the hand of death. Wow!
Do you know what it looks like to me?
What?
I don't know, sort of optimism, excitement. Every time Mario comes with that digger, some cool stuff happens.
Right, the last corner. There it goes. Wow. Oh my goodness, it's gone. The derelict house is gone. Well, not quite.
Well, my darling, that's it.
That's it.
The flower
Just about.
survived.
That's good news.
Yeah, looks good, doesn't it? Well,
No, it
doesn't
looks
look good.
disastrous, but it is good.
Yeah.
You know me, I love living in mess. It's my favourite thing.
Well, that's the beginning of what will be a project that lasts several years, and a project that will be, I don't know, I would imagine pretty epic. You know?
That's the
We are
plan.
replacing this horrible cement block and this one over here with a traditional stone house. So instead of renovating a stone house, we're going to build one from scratch. Mario has arrived again with his digger. Actually, he left it here overnight last night. But he's also brought along his big lorry. Today, we're going to get rid of everything we smashed down yesterday. Hopefully making it safe for the boys again. Yesterday afternoon was a bit hectic. The boys just wanted to come and climb on everything, and it was, you know, don't do that, boys. Please, just don't do that. So it was a bit mad yesterday afternoon. They did very well. I can't imagine anything more torturous than seeing a big pile of rubble and not being allowed to jump on it when I was 3 years old too. So fully understand their need to come and jump on stuff. We did tell them they weren't allowed. Hopefully by the end of today, like I say, Mario will have got all of this rubbish out of the way, taken it off for recycling, and we won't have to worry about a single thing. Look at that.
Whoa, there we go, the first load. Oh, it's so crazy. I love it. So day 2 and the cleanup begins, and I'm just amazed at the skills of Mario. He is basically navigating a building site through 2 enormous trees in an enormous digger. I'm so in awe at the skill and the kind of, he's never put out by anything. He just gets on with it, and it's amazing. Anyway, this is when the real magic happens, because now the cleanup begins. We'll start to get a real sense of what we've got to work with here, what the view's like. We actually also have our architect Eduardo coming today with a builder to look at the site. It's all happening. I can't believe it. This is so exciting. And well, you know me, I really like things to be tidy and everything to be in its place. So the fact that this is all going to get cleaned up, well, it's basically music to my ears. Sawyer's got his little viewpoint here. Crusoe is desperate to get inside the digger, as always. Let's see how the day unfolds. Is that the first load?
Yeah, Mario has literally spent the last hour, maybe hour and a half, lifting a rock that's right there. I don't think he's cut into any of the tree roots, I'm pretty sure. But that's it, that's the beginning now.
Off it goes.
Recycling. You know, there's a couple of things I really like. Not just getting rid of the gnarly old house, but also the fact that we're recycling it into something that'll be new.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
And usable. And
It's a good use of stuff.
Yeah, it is. I'm really pleased. Stressful though.
It is stressful. I couldn't actually stay here. So I've just dropped the boys off with a friend for the day and
Get them out of the way.
get them out of the way, because yesterday, as much as we really want them to see this and be a part of the process,
They just want to be too involved.
yeah, the Crusoe just is desperate to be driving the digger all the time, which he can't do because Mario really needs to be able to concentrate without having to worry about him inside. But also there's so much gnarly dust, it's really loud, and they just want to get right up in it, so it's better that they go away for this bit. So thankfully we've been able to do that. Yeah, exactly. Oh, this is crunchy. No guys, that's glass. So anyway, it's a good thing that they've gone. So I saw that tree wobbling as Mario was moving that rock, and I was like, I think this is my opportunity to go, because if anything happens to that particular tree, I will be so sad. As I mentioned, Eduardo's coming here later with a builder that we may hopefully be able to work with for the build of the big house. So it'll be interesting to hear his thoughts on whether or not these trees are going to be able to stay, or whether or not we're going to have to open things up a bit more. But I really hope that they can. Anyway, Mario is going to crack on. We'll see how far he gets. There he is. I have a digger almost in my house. And the wall is gone. The derelict house is gone. days and an entire house is gone. Imagine. Anyway, we had Eduardo and a builder called Joaquim here today, just to talk to us about next steps and things, which is so exciting. So it's looking like if we get approval from the municipality, which we should hear about in the next couple of weeks, we might be breaking ground in the middle of the summer. How exciting is that?